Radio Rahim with Johnny Nelson, finally back in your backyard here in London.
Well, it's like I'm your shadow. I'm following you everywhere. We're in America, you're in England.
That's just because you're bigger than me.
Yeah, you're going to get a British passport. That's how it's going to roll, man.
Hey, I might need one considering what's happening on the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
We're on the cusp of maybe one of the guys who could upset the apple cart for this Wilder-Joshua hopeful fight down the line, right? And I'm not even talking about Parker. Yeah. I'm talking about Dillian Whyte or even Lucas Brown. Mm-hmm. Comes up this Saturday. That's my first question. Do you think either one of these guys could maybe get a fight with get a fight with Joshua or Wilder and throw everybody's plans off?
You look on social media, it was only yesterday, Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte were showing some fight love, basically saying they were hoping each other would win. Anthony Joshua said, we know we're going to fight each other again. That's a massive fight over here in the UK because of what was attached to it. Two fighters are emotionally involved. They hate each other. And I mean, this is proper beef, proper street beef. This isn't pretend beef. So these guys, everybody wants to see them fight again. So potentially, this is what could happen.
For the rematch, though, if it did happen, does Dillian Whyte come in better than he did in the first fight?
Without a doubt.
And can he win?
Yeah, listen, he learns from what happened the last fight, and so does Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua made a mistake. He got wobbled because he was emotionally involved. He wanted to do impression. He wanted to put him in his place. For Dillian was relatively inexperienced, as Anthony Joshua was. Now he's dealing with the pressure. Now he's dealing with the attention. Now he's dealing with the fame that's come across to it. Now he's dealing with being the underdog. He doesn't mind playing the villain. He knows his place. He knows what he's doing. He's getting in against Lucas Brown. Lucas Brown, this is a tough fight for Dillian because he's either going to go in there and want to give the fans what they want and have an exciting fight. In doing that, he's going to give a man a chance that shouldn't have one. Because Lucas Brown's not the best technical fighter, but he can bang. This guy can punch. He's got 12 rounds to punch Dillian Whyte once. And he does it, he gets rid of him. One solid shot, he gets rid of him. So Dillian has to risk that or think, right, I want to think long term. I want to box for a world title. It puts me at number one in a couple of the governing bodies. I'm going to have to box safe, box smart. And I could see him outboxing Lucas. But because he gets a red mist now and again, I can see him getting drawn into a fight. And Brown knows that. And so therefore, Brown's depending on that. And that's why I'm saying this fight can be as hard or as easy as Whyte makes it. How much experience has he gone through to think, right, do I win, but win okay tonight? Or do I try and put on the show for the fans? He's got to think long term. He's got to think smart. He's got to think, I've got to box this guy. Box and punch. Don't get involved in the tear. Because if he boxes him like he boxed Derek Chisora, he gets knocked out.
We didn't get a chance to talk after the Wilder-Ortiz fight. Before, I think our predictions were quite correct on what a good fight it would be and how close it could get. In that 7th round, it looked like it could have been the end for Wilder. Does that experience make him a better fighter? Does it show cracks that can be now exposed that maybe we didn't know about before? What's your measure of him
Let me
after?
put the record straight with this. Now, when Deontay Wilder picked this fight, he went up in my estimations because Ortiz was a fighter that everybody developed amnesia about. Nobody wanted to know. Nobody wanted to fight him. He was like number 5, number 6 in the world. Nobody wanted to know. This guy then failed a drug test, and Wilder still said, I want to fight him. You look at Ortiz's pedigree, you think, oh my God, you sure? Now on paper, I thought Ortiz should beat Wilder. He has a pedigree, he has a background, he has everything going for him. He's a southpaw, this guy can punch, he can dig, everything. Wilder said, I want that fight. So picking that fight alone went up in my estimations. Again, how he conducted himself throughout the fight, how he dealt with Ortiz, to me, he went up again because, one, he showed cojones. When he got hit, when he got hurt, he didn't bubble, he didn't go to fight or flight. It was fight or flight. He went to fight, and he staggered his way through a couple of rounds, but then came back and got rid of Ortiz and got rid of him in a fashion you thought, you know what? I'd rate you. He's gone up in my estimation. So before that fight, I'd have said it was 60-40 to Joshua fighting Wilder. Now I'm saying it's 50-50. He showed guts, he showed heart, he showed stamina, he showed punch power, he showed attitude. There's only a handful of fighters in the world that are called world champions that actually believe they are the best in the world.
Does Joshua get out of that 7th round the way Wilder did?
And that's my point. So we saw Joshua do it against Klitschko, but Klitschko was older. Klitschko couldn't go up again. Now we've got 2 young, undefeated, big units that can punch, that can fight, that have got hearts of a lion, that want to get in the mix. So now, can either of them afford to be in that position? So if Wilder was in that position and Joshua hit him in the 7th round, when Joshua hits you, you stay here. If Joshua was in that position and he had Wilder had the spring, the energy to jump on him. Not like Klitschko didn't. And so therefore, this is so even. It's untrue, and that's why when I thought, I'm struggling. It's a pick 'em. I'm struggling, and to me, that will be the biggest fight in the world. Now, I'm not dissing Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's not boxed for 3 years, so we don't know what Tyson Fury or who Tyson Fury is until he gets in the ring again. Then we can assess who he is, what he's capable of doing. He's now talking the talk. He's saying all the right things. He's getting in the meeting. People are interested. I want to see him in the ring fight. I want to see, right, he's back. He's been out the ring 3 years.
Radio Rahim with Johnny Nelson dropping all the science once again. Always a pleasure. As I say every time, always learn something. I had no idea that drugs didn't help you as a fighter.
I mean, you better fight.
That's news to me.
You're going to cheat. Come on, bring it on out. Beat your ass.
Radio Rahim with Johnny Nelson.